Design Buddy came about from a whole number of people who were involved in the industry a good few years ago, who wanted to devise a way for students to get really good industry insights and knowledge in their final year of design. So we created this idea, Design Buddy, but the bit about it that's really unique is that it is just 4 times 1 hours of time that a designer gives to a student. And the thing that's really powerful about that is that the designer can feel that they can make that kind of commitment and give that level of time, but of course what really happens is they give so much more time. They give entire days, they give opportunities for students to come and hang out in the studio and do their work. They give them contacts, they give them opportunity to network really well. So what happens from a very small commitment grows this amazing opportunity for students to really understand what's going on in the industry.
The Design Buddy scheme has meant a whole lot to me actually. It really gave me the grounding I needed outside of uni.
The thing what I found most important as part of being a student was actually that link with the industry, and that it really helped enrich my experiences. And I think for us and for Pencil as a whole, that what that will bring is that we can give that back.
Our role really is to make sure that students get an opportunity to engage with local businesses and to make sure they've got the right employability skills for the market. Design Buddy is a really important part of what we do here at Bath University. It's our 4th year now, and it does give those students an insight into life after academia. It gives them a bit of an insight before they have to do the CVs, before they have to do their interviews, and it's a great experience to get that network ready before they really need it.
Learn how to kind of facilitate the situation that's quite unique to try and get the most out of that student, to help them understand that their work's good and that they shouldn't be so humble about it and they should be proud and speak clearly about it.
I learnt really about kind of being reliable, honest, hardworking, just generally a hireable person.
We've had students come in who know software that we've never even heard of, and they're producing amazing motion graphics and things, and it's like, wow, you know, that didn't exist 10 years ago when I was studying. So
at the first sight you feel like you're not perhaps going to be able to offer them a massive amount, but as time goes on you realise the amount of knowledge that you have and experience. There's so much to give.
It's really just trying to get the student to a position where the next step is as easy as possible.
I've really enjoyed it. They've been very keen, very passionate to get on board.
Yeah, I did leave scared first time, but I did leave very excited as well. And he was very helpful. You know, he looked at my work, be very useful feedback, very helpful critique.
Super easy. I think you do have to be the driver in the relationship. Because they're probably nervous about approaching you and think, oh, they're busy.
We've met at our studio, so I've been able to show them what a studio and our industry is like and what a studio is like, and been able to share with them what we do on a day-to-day basis, which I think is invaluable for any students, you know, to understand what goes on in industry. That's what it's all about.
And when you do that and you get that kind of framework set up, they do tend to be more proactive and come back with even better stuff. Easy, really. I mean, the minimum amount of time, the four 1-hour slots, I think is not enough, but I understand why it's used in terms of how it's kind of pitched. Perhaps more than that might seem daunting to someone as a buddy.
Design Buddy is actually very easy and manageable. It has been for me.
Very easy. I found it works really, really well. We're not, it's only 4 hours, so that's the only commitment. Inevitably, I've ended up offering far more.
I don't think we ever stop learning, and I think this gives us another opportunity and another platform to meet young designers that are fresh and hungry, that hopefully will relight any lack of hunger or enthusiasm that we might have lost along the journey of being in the industry.
So as soon as I was finished uni, I was offered an internship with my mentor, which was fantastic actually, because that's the most important point really when you finish uni, is where do I go next?
one buddy that we had came in, she was fantastic, a great real team player. We had a lot of work on at the time. So after the buddy scheme finished, in this particular circumstance, because she was so good and we got to know her so well and she's got to understand how we work so well, we were able to offer her quite a lengthy placement.
It's definitely presented me with opportunities I've had now. I wouldn't have had them if I didn't do Design Buddies, definitely.
It's important for the design industry to be involved with education, because the future of the design industry, we are helping inform the future of the design industry. So I think it's absolutely essential.
I hope potentially that maybe one day I become a mentor myself for the Design Buddy scheme.
So from a few years ago and a few people deciding it would be great to connect students with industry, we've now got this thing that's been running for 4 years up in the west of England with Bath Spa University, who committed to it in the early stages as part of the project and as part of a pilot, and have now continued to support that year on year, which now means we've got probably in excess of 30 buddies from design agencies. We've got a new tranche of buddies starting this year, and we've had in excess of 100 students go through the programme, some of whom have definitely got internships and jobs as a direct result of being involved with buddies.
I think it's an integral part of their time and their course. It gives people a connection with the industry that is much greater than just that one buddy.
There was always a slight pressure as, is there going to be a job at the end of this? And with the Design Buddy, it kind of takes that pressure off slightly.
Every university should have something like this. Universities that are churning out the most quality graduates that I'm employing and seeing other people employ are the ones that have a good commercial understanding. Their portfolio is ready, they're ready to go out of the box. You can immediately see work in their portfolio that you could place to a client.
The passion, the genuine desire for designers to give back and to help students is definitely part of the mix. And I think that's what makes it special, because they're coming at it from the heart, as well as obviously wanting to get designers to really get to grips with what it's like when you're in the real world of design.
It's just great speaking to the students and seeing what they're up to and seeing what interests them and what interests does a young designer have.
For when you meet the right people, you soon find yourself very quickly.
The transition from being a student to being an employed designer, it's nice to get a snippet of actually what real life's going to be like.